unless it's certain people playing. It's like you're watching like a high school game. Our game is different because we do all the stuff.
Steps up. Samaya came in as a freshman. Everybody from the bench. Jasmine Carson, are you telling me 21 points in the first half? That's what we needed from her.
In the next 5 minutes, you're going to find out why Shaq just shocked everyone by calling Caitlin Clark the real deal. We're talking game-changing plays, record-breaking stats, and a rivalry that's taking women's basketball to new heights. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It makes such a huge difference to us. Thank you so much. Now back to the video, but that's not all. We're also diving into why Shaq's change of heart is causing waves. Angel Reese isn't happy, and the basketball world is buzzing. This video's got all the drama, all the action, and all the reasons why Caitlin Clark is the name on everyone's lips right now.
It sucks. But I still wouldn't change. I wouldn't change anything, and I would still sit here and say, like, I'm unapologetically me. I'm gonna.
Hateful comments and threats, you know, those aren't fans, those are trolls, and it's a real disservice to.
You know what's wild? Shaq used to be all about Angel Reese. Like, seriously all about her. He wasn't just hyping her up, he went and signed her to Reebok. We're talking a multi-year deal, her own signature collection, the whole 9 yards. Shaq was Team Reese all the way, no doubt about it. But then Caitlin Clark steps onto the court and everything changes. This rookie starts draining threes from way beyond the arc like it's nothing. Shaq's sitting there probably thinking, no way she hits that. Boom, she nails it. And not just once.
People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas. Like, just because.
Flair.
Yeah,
I like
people
it.
didn't like that.
It does. See, you have to understand, like I tell you this all the time, don't matter what people like.
Clark's doing this consistently, shot after shot. Imagine being Shaq for a second. You've got your player, you've put your name behind her, and then this new kid shows up doing things you've never seen before. It's like watching Steph Curry all over again, but in the WNBA. That's gotta mess with your head a little, right? So Shaq's on Angel's podcast, and you can tell he's trying to stick to his guns. But Clark's game is just too good to ignore. He starts praising her, calling her the real deal. Coming from Shaq, that's huge. This is a guy who doesn't hand out compliments like candy. But here's where it gets really interesting. Shaq straight up admits he was a hater at first. He says, I was a hater because you know I'm down with you. He's talking to Angel Reese here, admitting he was all in on her camp. But then he drops this bomb. She not gonna hit that shot, then bam.
Building chemistry, I think we did a great job leaving off in Vegas. We're obviously not satisfied where we are, but just continue to grow and get better. I think we know where we like the ball. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like,
if I say 10 times you're not gonna hit the shot and you hit the shot, that means you the truth. That's Shaq in his own words, explaining how Clark changed his mind. He's watching her sink these impossible shots over and over, and he can't deny what he's seeing. It's like he's watching basketball evolve right in front of him. And you know what's crazy? Shaq's not just impressed by her scoring. He's blown away by how she's changing the game. He says, never seen nobody do that on a consistent basis. That's Shaq, a legend of the game, saying he's never seen anyone play like Clark before. This isn't just another analyst praising Clark. This is Shaq, the guy who's been Reese's biggest supporter, completely changing his tune. That's a big deal. It's like the basketball world just tilted on its axis. Think about it. Shaq's seen it all in basketball. He's played with and against some of the greatest players ever. And here he is saying Clark is doing things he's never seen before. That's not just praise, that's a whole new level of respect. So when Shaq calls Caitlin Clark the real deal, it's not just talk, it's a basketball legend recognizing that he's witnessing something special, something that could change the game forever. And that, folks, is why everyone's talking about what Shaq said about Caitlin Clark. Shaq's not the only one whose mind Clark is changing. You know how people say records are meant to be broken? Well, Clark's not just breaking them, she's shattering them, and she's doing it as a rookie. How close is she to making WNBA history? Let's break it down. First off, let's talk about what Caitlin Clark is actually doing on the court. She's not just scoring buckets, she's redefining what's possible in women's basketball. This rookie is hitting threes from the logo like it's nothing, and we're not talking about lucky shots here and there. Clark's draining these long-range bombs consistently. Even in the NBA, you've only got a handful of players who can pull that off regularly.
The criticism, I get on them, they get on me, and it's all positive, and we know we're just trying to get each other better. So this team is just amazing. We build each other up from the summer.
Thing that she has for us defensively. She's, you know, she gets deflections, she gets rebounds, she gets steals. So I think
it's like she's playing a different game out there. But here's the thing, it's not just about the long-range shots. Clark's vision on the court is next level. Her passing is so good, it's got old-school analysts scratching their heads. She's reading the game like a seasoned pro, making plays that most rookies wouldn't even think of attempting. It's like watching a chess master while everyone else is playing checkers. So how did Clark prove Shaq wrong and change his mind? It's simple. She showed up when it mattered most. In big games, under pressure. When the spotlight's on, that's when Clark shines brightest. She's not just putting up impressive numbers, she's delivering in clutch moments. That's what caught Shaq's eye. He's seen plenty of players who can perform in practice, but Clark's bringing it when the stakes are high. And get this, Clark's not backing down from the physical play either. You know how some rookies might shy away from contact or complain about rough treatment? Not Clark. Shaq noticed that too, saying, "Girls try to beat her up and she doesn't really complain." That's the kind of toughness that earns respect in the league. It's one thing to have skills, but to have that mental and physical toughness, that's what separates the good from the great. Now, let's talk about records. Clark's not just playing well for a rookie, she's on pace to make WNBA history. You won't believe this, but she's closing in on the WNBA single season assist record. That's right, a rookie is about to break a record that even seasoned veterans dream about. Clark needs just 30 more assists to surpass the current record of 316 set by Alyssa Thomas. For a first-year player to be anywhere near this record is insane. It's like she skipped the learning curve altogether and went straight to elite status. But it's not just about the numbers. Clark's unique playing style is influencing strategic shifts in the WNBA.
Great, we got the 6th seed. Our goal was to get back to the playoffs, but we probably could have given ourselves a little bit better of a chance to.
And we didn't let it get close at the end, and that was kind of our problem here last time we were here, is we let them come back. We know they're a really good fourth quarter team, but
coaches and players are having to adjust their game plans to account for her ability to shoot from deep. It's adding a whole new layer of excitement to the league. Imagine being a defender and having to guard someone who's a threat from half court. It's changing the entire dynamic of the game. That's the Clark effect. She's not just changing minds, she's changing the game itself, and she's doing it all as a rookie. It's no wonder Shaq and everyone else are sitting up and taking notice. This isn't just talent, this is a revolution in women's basketball, happening right before our eyes. Caitlin Clark isn't just changing Shaq's mind, she's transforming the entire WNBA landscape. Her electrifying play is drawing in new fans left and right, and viewership numbers are skyrocketing. It's like she's injected a shot of adrenaline straight into the league's heart. And that rivalry with Angel Reese, it's pure gold. We're talking about the kind of storyline that could catapult the WNBA into the mainstream. Shaq's caught on, and now everyone's starting to see the magic unfolding.
I don't know, I mean, this is a team that we felt we hadn't really given a game to at all. We felt, I think especially here, like we felt like we gave one away, but at the same time we didn't feel like.
I don't think just because I just try to ignore and I just try to stand strong. Like, I've been through so much, I've seen so much.
So here's the deal. Keep your eyes glued to Caitlin Clark. She's not just some future prospect we're all waiting on. She's here, she's now, and she's rewriting the rules of women's basketball right before our eyes. Buckle up, because this is just the beginning of the Clark era.